Welcome to the Friday Five here on the Agent Survival Guide podcast. This is our weekly list of 5 things you should know about. I'm your host, Sarah Ruppel, and today is Friday, February 7th. Already a quarter of the way through the month, and now down into single digits on the number of days left until Valentine's Day. So coming in at number 5 today, your official reminder that Valentine's Day is 1 week from today. I looked at a couple gift guides online and noticed that a lot of them featured jewelry from a place called Catbird. It is a New York jewelry company that got its start in Brooklyn. Now, I can't say that I have jewelry on my list this year, but I do love the idea of remixing a boo basket and theming it for Valentine's Day instead of Halloween. It's as simple as picking a basket or some kind of sustainable container and then filling it with things your boo enjoys. You can really customize the size, and you can gift a boo basket to anyone you love. Your significant other, your kids, even your pets, if you're so inclined. Love that idea. And then on the same note, smaller in scale, but still super sweet, a movie night complete with popcorn and a snackle box. If you've never heard of a snackle box, it stands for a snack tackle box. Basically a box with small, separate compartments that you can put different treats and snacks in. You can certainly fill up a tackle box if you wish, but what I've seen more of recently, smaller containers that could double as craft storage. Fill that up with their favorite treats and enjoy a movie of their choice. Great gift. Number 4, super short mention here. This week, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President Trump's choice for Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, made it through his Senate Finance Committee hearings. The next step will be a confirmation vote before the full Senate. It's possible that vote could take place as early as next week, but at the time of this recording, we do not have an exact date. Number 3, on Tuesday this week, Apple dropped a new app called Invites. Think of it as a simplified version of Partiful, the popular event invite app that the Google Play Store named as the top app of 2024. Simple is the watchword. Invites lets users create and customize their event invite with a background photo, title, date, time, location, weather forecast, a shared photo album, and an Apple Music playlist. Design elements are straightforward and simple as well. You can either choose from several pre-made options, create your own with the image playground, or upload a photo. After it's created, the invite can be sent through the app via text message, by sharing the invite URL, or by adding individuals from your contact list. Upon receipt, your guests can confirm that they are going, not going, or are a maybe, and include a note with their RSVP. Couple of things I really like about the app. There are a few thoughtful touches, like including the weather forecast and the shared photo album. Love the weather feature for any vacation to a different area, especially for planning when I'm packing. And then the shared photo album is another cool touch to be able to document the event and share photos between attendees. I did compare Invites to Partiful. So when I say that Invites is simple, Partiful has more well-rounded features, and it's also set up to work outside of the Apple ecosystem. Sadly, Partiful did not have the weather feature, but users have the ability to include additional links, create playlists in apps other than Apple Music, include cost information with links to payment apps, and the ability to add information on the dress code, food, or other pertinent information. Of course, I could see additional capabilities being added over time, but for now, Apple Invites seems to be very Apple-centric. I read that invitations could be viewed in a web browser without an iPhone or without an Apple account, but to RSVP online, when I tested it out, I was prompted to sign in with an Apple account. That being said, if you're using an iPhone and sending this out to a list of people who have access to Apple devices, I like the simplicity of invites. But if you're looking to reach out more broadly and include our Android friends, Partiful is probably the better option. Number 2, while we're on the subject of apps, another one was released on Tuesday this week. Tapestry by IconFactory. The Verge dubs it a timeline app, and that's a great way to describe it. While it is similar to a feed reader app, it's a little more robust because it allows users to add more than just feeds. And don't get me wrong, feed readers are excellent ways to streamline content intake. And while they allow for the import of a variety of content, Tapestry has slightly more lofty ambitions. The premise, according to an interview with Gideon Mayhew, co-founder of IconFactory, as the online space has evolved, we've become scattered. The Tapestry app is an attempt to bring all those loose threads back together in one place. And like the name suggests, have users be at the helm of customization rather than an algorithm. It's a clever premise because it takes the heart of what we loved about our social feeds of old, the chronological timeline, and it aims to give us one feed for all the things we tend to scroll through and tap on. But we get to choose the content. There's no magic algorithm that's going to serve up content. Users can add feeds from their favorite podcasts, blogs, news at large, or drill down into a specific beat, YouTube channels, and you can also connect social media accounts from Blue Sky, Mastodon, Reddit, and Tumblr. Tapestry is a great next step toward the Fediverse, which is the concept that cross-platform online communication should be able to happen, regardless of where you choose to exist online, rather than a collection of walled-off gardens. The Fediverse as a concept has been around for a while, but really gained mainstream traction when Elon Musk purchased Twitter, changed the name of the platform to X, and alternative options like Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Threads were born. And then recently, there's been another exodus of sorts, with users leaving Meta-owned apps, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, because of recent policy and privacy changes. I like the fact that I can bring in so many different types of content to my Tapestry app, and at least get as much as possible in one place. Even Gideon Mayhew admits that no, not everything can be connected to the app, but they are hoping to add to what's already included in future releases. And another thing that's important to mention is that while Tapestry is more than a feed reader, it doesn't allow for interaction on the Tapestry platform. If you want to interact with a post, you'll be sent to do that in the app where the content was originally posted. Now, design-wise, it's simple to tell where each piece of content comes from. Each one is assigned a different color, and you can either view them in one big timeline of all the feeds or customize them into different timeline categories of your choosing. It's a very design-friendly app. And one thing I learned when listening to that interview with Gideon Mayhew, accessibility is something they're thinking about as they've designed Tapestry, and it was a big part of their past endeavor, the third-party app Twitterific. While it's way too soon to say if Tapestry is the Fediverse that we've all been looking for, I do think the concept is great. I love the idea of getting back to curating our own content rather than letting an algorithm do it for us. It's got great design and it does a good job of connecting a lot of different types of content in one place. Tapestry can be used on iPhone, iPad, and Mac and is available for download in the Apple App Store. We will have the links in the episode notes, as well as the link to Gideon Mayhew's interview on the Double Tap podcast. Moving on to our number one story this week. Registration is now open for our Senior Market Symposium event. This year, we are mixing it up with a full-day in-person event on February 27th in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, for those who are local. During the morning session, we'll be holding our Mastering Nonverbal Communication workshop. We'll break for lunch, and when we come back, we'll hear from Ritter Insurance Marketing CEO Craig Ritter as he presents his annual State of the Senior Market keynote presentation. And if you're not local to the Pennsylvania area, no worries, you can still catch Craig's presentation online February 27th, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We would love for you to join us in person, take advantage of the opportunity to learn how to read nonverbal cues, and to hear about the exciting updates coming to our industry. Craig's annual State of the Senior Market presentation features a mix of different information, stats from the 2025 AEP, pending legislation, regulatory updates, and market forecasts that you don't want to miss. It's all happening on February 27th, and you can register by visiting ritterim.com/symposium. That link will also be in our episode notes. And that will do it for this week's Friday 5 episode. If you like what you heard in this episode, we've got plenty more where that came from and would love it if you followed along with our show. Thanks so much for listening today. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay healthy and stay safe out there. And we will see you next week. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. This episode was written and produced by me, Sarah Ruppel. Script editing and fact check by Tina Lamoureux. Podcast design by Urban Rivera. Artwork by Vivian Zhao. Follow along with us wherever you like to listen.